Good afternoon, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project, Magnetic Reversal News, and Shinrin Yoku, bringing you a grand solar minimum update Sunday, January 23rd, around 1:30 p.m. Mountain Time 2022. The models are showing that Nashville might break the all-time January snowfall record. And that's the big story. Winter storm pummels the southeast, and no one covers it but the sun. Winter storm Jasper, hundreds of flights canceled as record-breaking snow falls in sub-30-degree temperatures, and it doesn't fit the narrative. Keep calm. It's boom time. Let's talk about it. Hundreds of flights were canceled as record-breaking snow fell and temperatures plunged across several southern states. Flights were canceled Friday into Saturday at airports in North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, as Jasper made its way through. At least 186 flights were canceled at Charlotte Douglas International Airport alone as of midday Saturday. But not a single national mainstream media outlet has covered this storm because it doesn't fit the global warming narrative. In fact, Jasper dropped 1.9 inches of snow at the airport Friday, a record for January 21st. Meanwhile, the storm, which also brought frigid temperatures, gave many people days off, weekend off. With icy conditions and dangerous wind chills, I'm sure there were tons of accidents. But first, let's talk about the record-breaking cold. The blue dots you're going to see in just a moment here are the record cold temperatures happening over the last 24 hours. Tons of them in Louisiana, Texas, Mississippi, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, and no one is covering this information. It was also record cold the other night in the Northeast. I've never seen it this cold up in Maine, minus 30 degrees across large portions of Maine, minus 25. Hello, in the Adirondacks. Just a chilly. Look at this, minus 13 all the way down here. Hello. Very cold pattern and record-breaking cold. In fact, Nashville's snowiest January since 1985. Mississauga records the most snow since 1944. And 4 die in rare Canada-U.S. border crossing attempt. Let's talk about Nashville's snowiest January since 1985. So far this month, Nashville, Tennessee has received 9.3 inches of snow, which makes it the city's snowiest January since 1985, which was the solar minimum of cycle 21. There is still 10 days left to run and only a half an inch needed. And it looks like January 28th, Nashville is going to break the all-time record for snow in January. Meanwhile, snowing in the South, and nobody is reporting on it in the national mainstream media. Frigid temps are coming to Hampton Roads. Officials warn of black ice and freezing fog. You can see here the Virginia Pilot is reporting on it because the locals know they have to. Southampton Roads got the highest snow accumulations in the state with 4 to 8 inches blanketing the area over Friday. As a result, locals should watch out for freezing fog and other stuff. They don't know how to deal with this in the South. And in Buffalo, where they know how to deal with it, they got no place to put it. After record snowfall, frustration mounts as city residents wait for plows. They can't keep up with the record-breaking snow in Buffalo. Ho ho. Charlotte breaks snowfall records as well. Drivers are urged to stay off of the road because you do not know what you're doing. In fact, a damaging winter storm swept through the Carolinas early Sunday, with almost no one reporting on it. Heavy icing, potentially damaging winds expected in Charlotte. Charlotte broke a 39-year-old record when 1.9 inches of snow fell Friday. The National Weather Service reported Saturday. The previous record for January 21st was back in '83 when just a half inch fell. This one was quadruple that. Sub-freezing temperatures left many roads icy, and traveling on them is not worth the risk, especially if you're a southerner. Now let's check out the Nashville snow record-breaking snow forecast right there. Friday, January 28th, that could do it. Right into Saturday morning, because that's showing up 1 to 2 inches potentially in Nashville. They just need a half inch. Let's give them that half inch. But let's talk about a pattern change here in February, where more heavy snow coming to the west and the Rockies. But before we get there, we've got heavy lake effect snow, Ohio, and the snow hole in Indiana. You guys are going to be picking up what you were missing out on. In fact, 6 to 8 inches in some areas in Indiana and Ohio, especially in the lake effect areas. West Virginia is going to be picking up a little clipper here on Friday, Saturday night to bring extra snow to the Appalachians, and then the forecast gets pretty crazy. So stay tuned for more recent and local updates. Heavy lake effect snow downwind of the Great Lakes. We just showed you that, and that's where the winter storm watches and warnings are. In blue here, most of Ohio, some of northern West Virginia, a little bit of western PA, and far western New York. Those are where the winter storm watches and warnings are. But take a look at what's happening down in Florida. Is that an iguana apocalypse? Do I see frost and freeze advisories in Florida? Holy macaroni. Let's click on that and see what's happening in Central Florida. Frost advisories, in fact. Wow, look at that. Frost and freeze warnings. So take a look all the way down to Fort Myers, not on the beach here in the Bay Areas. They're going to stay warm. But if you're inland and you're on the coast, the east coast of Florida, look at that. That is, well, that is a sign of winter. Total snow mass for the northern hemisphere, excluding the mountains, is in record territory, 4 weeks above the norm. We are a month early with these totals. Where these totals are going to go this winter is anyone's guess, but we are in record territory, well outside the multi-decadal average going back to 1982, which is why we're breaking snow records everywhere. Hello. And no, and of course the mainstream doesn't want to talk about it because it's scaring the out of them. Worldwide volcano news update. No volcanoes of note, normal activity worldwide. But the little measly 0.2 degrees of global warming that the mainstream wants to sell you on as your fault has been erased in an instant by Hunga Tonga. Watch the video update on magnetic reversal news I published last night. And the Arctic ice area is remaining in record territory, highest in decades. And again, the mainstream media is silent. Wouldn't they be celebrating if global warming was ending and we had record snow and it was cold and Hunga Tonga was going to cool the earth? And wouldn't they be celebrating? Yeah, because it's not about science, it's not about facts, it's about a narrative. And climate change denial is not even a thing. They invented a term that means nothing. I'm a climatologist, and I certainly do not deny the climate is changing. I tell you scientifically why it's changing, and it has nothing to do with you folks. It has everything to do with the sun. Isn't this fun? Now, before we finish up here, we got some cool stuff to talk about, some science coming out. Deep images of the Galactic Center with gravity. Now, according to many, the Galactic Center is supposed to be a black hole. But in fact, what they see when they look in there and they image it here we see mid-pointings, northwest pointings, and S38 pointings. If you take all the composite together, the view that they're getting is spectacular. So as you can see here, this is different time frames moving forward day after day. And you can see S29 rotating around Sagittarius A here. Sagittarius A is at the center of the Milky Way galaxy, and it is in fact illuminated and does not appear to be a black hole, but a central star with other stars or plasmoids rotating about it. Paper will be linked below. That's a boom to knowledge. You want more cool stuff and knowledge? Stay tuned tonight for some videos that we're going to upload from the trip we just took. And go check out our update on Hunga Tonga over at Magnetic Reversal News. Thanks to all our one-time donors, our Patreons, the heroes that shared this video. We love you. Be safe. That's a boom.